Guys, it's T-Man and I'm back with a new video. It's Greg Doucette. He's doing a video on Mr. Beast. Should have kept me as his coach. What? He's never been his coach. What are you talking about, Greg? Greg Doucette, the gym lifting, recruiting lifting slave himself. Yeah. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a reaction video to this video. Let's see what Greg Doucette says. Mr. Beast should have kept me as his coach. What? You were his coach? I really doubt that, but okay, whatever.
Slacking, bro.
You gotta get your deep sleep for recovery. How much sleep did you get? 8 hours?
Sounds like an excuse.
I got 8.5. 30 more minutes of muscle building.
And so they have a very friendly but competitive.
I just love this when these slaves say this. 30 more minutes of muscle building. You're building muscles in gyms? On what? A breatharian diet, dude? Breatharian diets don't build muscles, guy. Weights don't build muscles. You know what builds muscles? Meat, protein. Yeah, eating food builds muscles. I don't know what these slaves are talking about.
Bet going on. Who's gonna outdo who? Coach Greg in today's video, Eric Arak versus Mr. Beast one-on-one bodybuilding competition. Eric finally makes the post his 600-day transformation, in case you didn't know.
What? Okay.
I began by coaching Mr. Beast, and I literally had Eric on.
Wait, you coach Mr. Beast? I like he says, I literally coached Mr. Beast. You literally or you coached him? Which one is it?
On the phone, he called me up, wanted to know how.
He called you up on the phone and he wanted to know something. So you literally coach. So he calls that coaching because somebody called him on the phone called Mr. Beast. I don't know. Do you have that phone call, Greg? Did he really call you?
How am I going to beat this guy? What do I need to do? Remember, he knew I'd coach Mr. Beast, and why do you think he called me?
He knew you coached Mr. Beast over the phone in a conversation? What?
And so I did have a little bit of influence on both of these competitors, and so I was
You did? They're competitors? What are they competing for?
excited to see what is going to be the end result.
I signed a legally binding contract with Mr. Beast that says that we both have to work out every single day for 600 days. Also, that contract says that if I miss a single day of working out, I have to get Mr. Beast's name tattooed on my forehead.
And so imagine having a bet where...
Yeah, he never said it should be real tattoo. It could be henna, fake tattoo, dude.
if you lose, you have to tattoo the other person's name on your forehead.
Whatever.
But these guys, some of the most...
The contract is you have to come into the gym and not miss a day of working out. Okay, you can't miss a day of slaving in this gym lifting weights. Okay, great.
famous YouTubers in the...
Oh, wait a second, I forgot. Slaving in the gym, lifting a weight, building a muscle in the gym. The gym's building muscles, yes.
world.
Okay.
Even Eric himself, 15 million followers, and so 600 days in a row going to the gym without missing a day. That an incredible feat.
We had our terms.
600 days of building muscle in a gym should be massive by then.
100 grand on the line, and I had one more ace up my sleeve. To make sure that Jimmy didn't back out, I did.
You know, you think with all this money that they could go and actually make real videos of how you build muscle and actually really build muscle. They could afford to eat real food. They could actually afford to eat. This guy could actually afford to eat real food. What does he do? He goes to the gym and he slaves himself to some gym and pretends that he's building muscle. Guys, I'm going to a gym. I'm going to build muscle. You still going on with this fake stuff? Come on, man. What? Listen, dude. I don't believe in Santa Claus anymore. You understand? I'm not a little kid anymore. If you still believe in Santa Claus, you have issues. Because he don't exist, dude.
What any businessman would do. I brought in the lawyers.
If I'm Eric, if I'm anyone, I'm thinking, of course I'll take the challenge. It's against Mr. Beast. Even if you have no chance, you're taking a bet. And Eric had more chances than friggin' last time. And so clearly, based on the before photo, you can see that Mr. Beast is probably closer to 40% body fat. Now, Eric himself, perhaps somewhere in the low 20% body fat, certainly not obese, but slightly overweight, but definitely within striking.
Yeah, they're all eating fake diets. That's why they look soft. They look meek and soft. They don't look masculine or anything like that because they eat fake food all day. That's their problem. What do you expect?
Distance of getting in shape.
Getting jacked was actually going to be very hard. This is the most out of shape.
Getting jacked? No, you're really trying to get back to your masculinity. You want to go back to your masculine look. The problem is you don't know what that is because none of you have ever been there. When you get there, you'll find out. And it isn't lifting weights, bro. It's eating your carnivore diet. See, cows eat herbivore, humans eat carnivore. We're carnivores, so we eat meat. In other words, we're carnivores, we eat meat. We don't need a carnivore diet. We eat meat. We are carnivores. Now, cows are herbivores. They eat grass. Yeah, that's not a diet. That's what you eat. It's a behavior. Yeah.
I'll be.
This is 100.
There's no such thing as carnivore diet. You're either a carnivore or a herbivore. Get it? And so you eat meat. It's called meat. It's not called carnivore diet.
Percent true. Unless you have amazing genetics or perhaps on performance enhancing drugs, adding in a lot of muscle, it's going to be a very slow and daunting.
Yes, it's gonna be slow and daunting. They're adding muscle. Look, he's adding muscle, guys. Go to the gym. Rep it out. 8 reps. How many reps to get a muscle? Oh my God.
Task in comparison, losing fat
Who's the loser that's helping him lift that weight over there with the black hat? Who's that loser? Who is that loser?
10 times easier than putting on muscle. And so what does that mean? Well, essentially,
Who are these losers helping them? Who are
it means
they?
that it would be easier to lose 50 pounds of body fat if you're in fact obese than it would be to add 5 pounds of muscle. And so the results are very
What? To add 5 pounds of muscle, obese? Oh man, what is Greg talking about? I'm so confused here.
quick. And in a bodybuilding
And then he shows these fake bodybuilders on stage that are taking drugs, creating this artificial look. Give me a break, man. There's no comparison to people what they're doing out there and some crazy people taking drugs.
competition, although muscle is important, what's even more important is having conditioning. If you're 370 pounds, for example, you look like Eddie Hall, you're not winning a bodybuilding contest despite having massive amounts of muscles. Why? Because you're obese. If you can't see the muscles,
All of those bodybuilders on the stage are obese. It's all glycogen. Their muscles are glycogen. They're obese, bro. They didn't build any real muscle. Neither does Greg. He doesn't have any muscle. He's obese. And so is Eddie Hall. All these people. So I don't know what Greg's talking about, saying Eddie Hall is obese. You're obese. All of you are.
you're not going to win the competition.
The goal to achieve in 10 months is from 196 at 20% body fat to
If those muscles aren't based on protein, you're obese. Okay, dude?
185 at 6% body fat. 17.6 pounds.
How do you know that? You can't measure that. You can't measure that. Your body's made up of lots of stuff. It's made up of water, tissue, this, that. What's he talking about?
With muscle.
I mean, who are we kidding? It sounds like the guys that hire Coach Greg. Essentially, the most people
The question is this: are they eating their natural diet or are they eating an artificial diet called carbohydrate drug-induced diet? Carbohydrates is an artificial diet. It's an artificial diet. It will build artificial muscles. Get it? Called glycogen muscles. And it could build fat too. Fat muscles. It could build fat muscles and it can build artificial muscles, muscle cells, or fill them up, or whatever you want to call it, with glycogen. You understand? It's an energy source, bro. Come on.
goals
Wake
is,
up.
I want to look like you, Coach Greg, in about 6 months while being 100% natural. And it's like, you're not going to do
I want to look like you, Coach Greg, in 6 months, being 100% natural. Man, this is like, are these people gone to lunch or something? Coach Greg doesn't have any muscles. He never built any. He's on a drug. This is artificial. It's induced artificially, the look, by taking the drugs. It's all fake. Goes off the drugs, so does this stuff. It all goes bye-bye.
it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. There's no way.
Oh, he's gonna tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. Da 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 da. Sure he is. He's gonna tell you what you want to hear. He's gonna confirm your fake beliefs.
Eric is going to get down to 185 pounds at 6% body fat when he's essentially that weight at 20% body fat. You really think in 600 days you're going to drop 14% body fat and replace it with 14% muscle? Are you really?
The goal to achieve in 10 months.
Oh, I stand
But Greg, you said that they're building muscles. The weights are building muscles. That's what they said, didn't they? You too.
corrected. That's the goal in 10 months. I thought it was in 600 days. In 10 months, he's going to drop 14% body fat and replace it with 14% muscle. Quick math. 20 minutes later, no big deal. His goal was to add 25 pounds of muscle.
Is he-
Hey, you can't
You said natural, not taking drugs. Okay, so he's not gonna fake it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it normally. Okay.
argue with the math. And so in 10 months, the coach's plan was to help him build, a measly 25 pounds of muscle. Oh, and let me add this caveat. While in a calorie deficit. Really, how many of you think that he would have put on 25 pounds of muscle while on a bulk? 25 pounds of
Again, bulk means getting fat, eating an artificial diet, carbohydrate. Bulking carbohydrate diets do not, artificial diets or carbohydrate drug-induced artificial diets do not build muscles. They build artificial muscles. Carbs do not build muscles. Protein does. Only protein builds muscles, okay? Meat, protein. Not plants. Plants are not protein. They're fiber. Only meat builds muscles.
pure muscle in 10 months? This is ridiculous. And so here's my opinion. I don't think he could ever do this in his life. If the goal or the bet were, can Eric be 185 pounds at 6% body fat? I don't care how old he is, 38, 48, he ain't doing it. If he were to use performance-enhancing drugs, test, trend, growth hormone, you name it, I think he could do it. But unfortunately, even with Turk Builder and GO2 Max...
Oh my God, here we go again with the fake supplements are going to build you a muscle, bro, out of thin air. A little tablet is going to build all that muscle, 20 pounds, yes.
To put on 25 pounds of muscle in 10 months.
Oh, did he actually have to say that? 20 pounds of muscle eating a tablet. Give me a break. A fake artificial tablet. Okay.
It's just not going to happen.
17.6 pounds of muscle to be gained.
Let's do this math again. He says it's 17 pounds of muscle. I mean, I hate to be the math teacher, but let's just show you the math. 186 pounds times 0.8 means he would have 148.8 pounds of muscle. That's lean tissue. And why is that? Because, well, if 20% of his body is fat, 80% is not fat. So 80% of 186 pounds is 149 pounds. I'm rounding up. Then at the end of the competition, if he's 185 pounds, I take 185 and I multiply by 0.94.
Okay.
The result, his lean mass would be 173.9 pounds. Let's call it 174. And so all I do is I subtract the 148.8 that he was before, and the answer, 25.1 pounds of fat. I just showed you the math. I showed you the evidence. And so who do you think is the better coach? He says you got to add 17.8 pounds of muscle. The answer is he'd have to add 25 pounds of muscle. And what does that mean? He would need to lose about 20 pounds of fat. And so if his goal was to just lose 25 pounds of fat, I'd say, yeah, probably add 2.5 pounds of muscle in the process. And so to me, that would be a realistic...
But how is he adding these 2.5, 16, or whatever? How is he adding these pounds of muscle, Greg? How are they being added?
But there's no way a coach should be, in fact, lying to their athletes and saying, hey, this is our goal. We're going to keep your weight about the same. We're going to drop 25 pounds of fat and replace it with 25 pounds of muscle, and you're going to win the competition. In my opinion, it's not okay to exaggerate or, in this case, outwardly lie about how much muscle you have to gain. I think that you're doing a disservice by telling their people that they can get more gains that it can actually achieve.
And Jimmy was starting to get nervous.
Like it's fucking possible for you to win this in 4 months.
That's what I've been trying to tell this I'm bad as we're just playing 2 different games.
Breaking news, the Trudeau government...
I'm bad as we're just playing 2 different games.
Unfortunately for Mr. Beast, I wasn't his longtime coach. If Mr. Beast would have had Coach Greg, perhaps if he was using Turk Builder and GO2 Max, well, we don't know how amazing...
Is this a marketing video? If he was using GO2 Max, fake GO2, man, these pills are not going to do anything, man. Just what a waste of time.
His results would have been, at least he would have had a fighting chance of beating Eric. Remember, Eric's coach thinks that he's going to be 185 pounds at 6% body fat. This is an unrealistic goal. And
yes, he is. What are you talking about, Greg? This is not unrealistic. This is a realistic goal. They're going to be 25 pounds heavier or whatever.
Unrealistic expectation. And if he tries to do this, what's going to happen is he's going to end up rail thin. He's going to lose a ton of muscle, ton of body fat, sure, but he's going
to lose a ton of muscle? So he's already pretty skinny. How much tons of muscle will he lose? What about the fat?
End up on stage cooking kind of flat. But Mr. Beast, on the other hand, training under Coach Greg's supervision, would have had him get leaner than last time. He would have been doing cardio, being in a slow deficit, resulting in him losing...
Slow deficit cardio. He's not on drugs though, Greg. The drug-induced fitness stuff doesn't work on these normal people out there.
Fat and building muscle at the same time, and ultimately in
losing fat and building muscle at the same time. Wow. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. But okay.
And what am I known for? What am I famous for?
Well, I mean, it can happen, but it depends on what you're doing exactly. It's complicated.
Well, as Ian Valera was saying in his latest podcast with Hanny Rambaud talking about Coach Greg, Ian said he was the most conditioned he'd ever been in his life while being trained by Coach Greg, and that was in his very first competition with me.
And there I was again, 6 months later, alone. I tried staying motivated, but grinding this out by myself was starting to take its toll. I feel like I'm not making any progress.
When you promise people the stars and you reach the moon, you're going to be disappointed. You want to hear you're going to put on 25 pounds of muscle.
I guess he discovered weights don't do anything. They don't change bodies, and they don't build muscles.
While losing 25 pounds of fat.
That's what they're going to discover. These guys are going to discover that weights do not change your body. They don't lower your body fat. They don't do anything. Weights don't do anything. They accelerate aging and stress your body. That's what they do, and inflame you. They do a bunch of weird stuff to your body. They can even cause damage as well. But that's about all they could do. They can't do anything else. It's all based on what you're eating, your diet.
What you need to...
Well, I don't like to say diet. It's all based on you eating the natural food that you eat as a carnivore.
Hear this. You're only going to put on 5 pounds of muscle, but because you're losing 25 pounds of fat and you're shredded, you're going to look incredible. Your abs are going to be granite hard. You're going to stand on stage. Everyone's going to say, oh my goodness, check out that guy's abs.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
You're going to win because of your definition, not because of your size. And so what did they do with Eric? Of course, they put him on some bulk. They have him eating more calories than last time, and then they go to starve him at the end. And what is the end result? Well, he's clearly not...
Yes, he's going to win looking skinny.
6% body fat. Do you think this is even close to 6% body fat? Nowhere near. I could have coached him better with my eyes closed without any progress photos whatsoever. All you would have to say is his median weight. I would have gave him the friggin' cookbook.
He didn't do anything. He got skinny. That's what it looks like to me. They all got skinny. That's about it.
Eat from the cookbook. He would have been leaner, done better than this. And he would have enjoyed the diet the entire time, but no. People think, oh, Coach Greg's plans can't work. Of course they work. Close to 100,000 people have got my cookbooks. I have almost 1 million views. Why are people watching my channel? Because my channel makes sense. I use logic. It actually works. The things I'm saying make more sense than any other channel. There's no gimmicks, no quick fixes, not a fad diet. It's a forever diet. The circle diet. Think this is a fad? Read my freaking book. It's so easy. Might take you 6 hours.
What is this? Like advertising? I'm tired of seeing this stuff. Come on, man. Stop this.
They are? Really? That's what we're going to do?
My boy Jimmy just got in the gym. Of course. Slacking, bro.
Oh, you gotta get your...
Hold on. I think I missed something there. There it is. That part.
Understanding you know more than 99% of fitness YouTubers. Get the book and stop complaining. Be
Don't get the book, okay?
proactive with your health.
And I took some pictures today to compare myself to me 6 months ago, and I look the exact same, bro.
How many of you think
You want to know why he looks the same? Because weights don't build muscles. They don't change your body. They don't do anything. That's why people take drugs. It's based on hormones, and it's based on food that you're eating. That's what's going to change your body.
raise your hand, you would look the exact same if I coached him for 6 months. People just say, we want to hear, you're going to lose all this weight, you're going to gain all this muscle. I'm honest.
How could Greg's coaching change him? He's doing the exact same stuff, lifting weights. Aren't they building muscles? Isn't he recomping, losing body fat? And these reps are building muscles, lifting weights, right? So where's the guy's muscles? He's been lifting. I just saw him. Didn't you see him? I saw him. He was lifting, right? All those days and months and whatever. So where is the muscle? What is going on here? Why does he look the same?
And perhaps I don't promise you the world, but what I do promise you, you can actually get. You can actually achieve it.
No, this is a marketing video by Greg again.
Alex.
Wow. Oh my God.
Greg couldn't do it himself. That's why he went on steroids, because he wasn't able to do it himself. And what, he's gonna teach you to do it when Greg couldn't do it himself? Give me a break. He had to take steroids.
This man is huge.
Greg had to fake it to make it, and he wants to train you as a coach? Give me a break, man.
He looks like he ate Coach P.
Isn't it funny how people think, oh, your trainer's jacked, he has so much muscle, probably on steroids, and you think you're going to get the same results. Why? Because your trainer looks jacked?
There you go. He's even admitting it now to them. Get it? Your trainer's jacked and all that. You're going to think you're going to get the same results because your trainer is jacked, like Greg Doucette is jacked on steroids. You think you're going to get the same results? You're not. None of you are. That's why he shouldn't be your coach.
You're really going to judge how good your trainer is by how big they are? Really? That's what
Exactly. That's why they shouldn't take Coach Greg. His
we're going to do?
My boy Jimmy just got in the gym.
Of course.
Slacking, bro.
Oh, you gotta get your deep sleep for recovery. How much sleep did you get? 8 hours?
Sounds like an excuse.
I got 8.5. 30 more minutes of muscle building.
And so they have a very friendly but competitive bet going on. Who's going to outdo who?
I could feel it. I was getting stronger every day with every set, but so was Jimmy.
Remember this.
They're not getting stronger with every set. Every set they're getting stronger. They're getting better at lifting those weights. If they didn't build any muscle, they didn't get stronger because they didn't build any strength. They didn't build any strength. What they built was chemicals that helped them lift those weights. They increased the chemical release in their body to get better at lifting those weights. They didn't get bigger and stronger, okay, by growing real muscle or building real muscle. They didn't do any of that.
It's not about how strong you are. It's about how good you look. This is not a powerlifting competition. If it was a powerlifting competition, of course you'd get Coach Greg to do this.
Powerlifters aren't strong. They're all weak. They're weak too, man. That's why they get injuries and they drop off the planet. All these powerlifters, they all drop off. All the young ones, they're all gone. Go look for them. They're all gone. You want to know why? Because they're all weak, man. They destroyed themselves lifting a heavy weight because they're weak. Their body's weak. They never built any muscle to lift the weight. They built chemical strength. They relied on chemical strength because they don't know how to build muscles because muscles are protected from getting built.
As well. If it's competition for bodybuilding, for powerlifting, for weight loss, for anything, Coach Greg, he's your man.
Is it?
Look, man, muscles are protected from getting built. They're protected by the repeated bout effect phenomena. They're protected by the satellite cell. The satellite cell is quiescent. It needs to come out. In order for the satellite cell to donate its nuclei to support further muscle growth, you need these nuclei. When you don't have them, there's no growth, bro. Zero growth. So it's protected by many things. It's also protected by follistatin, myostatin. It's protected by by the progenitor cell, the satellite cell. It's protected from the repeat. It's protected by the repeated bout effect phenomena. It's protected by many things. It's protected through these adaptations and an adaptation. Yes, it's protected. A whole bunch of stuff.
Harder or easier than you thought it was going to be?
Way harder. Infinitely harder.
Of course it is. It's very easy when you first start dieting. The weight comes off. But
Yeah, I know. Even though it's all protected by all these things, you're just going to go in the gym and you're going to do these repetitions and muscles are going to magically grow. Yeah, they're going to grow when you eat an artificial carbohydrate diet. They're going to grow lifting. You know what that's called? It's called the pump. It's called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. They're going to hypertrophy through sarcoplasmic.
as you get leaner, your ghrelin, your hunger hormone, it gets stronger, higher, elevated, makes you hungrier than last time. And you have less energy. Also,
yeah, it'll make you hungrier or whatever than the last time. When you eat carbohydrates and sugar, you're constantly hungry. It starts elevating your appetite to eat more of those drugs because they're not nutrients. There's no nutrients in there. That's why it doesn't work. That's why ghrelin and leptin is out of control. It only ever works when you're eating meat.
when you go without eating your favorite foods all the time, you're eating chicken, broccoli, and rice, eventually you're
Chicken, broccoli, and rice. Broccoli and rice, arsenic, sugar, broccoli, sugar, fiber, and toxins. Rice, toxins, and sugar, and whatever. It's starch. I don't know, man. Whatever. And chicken is putrid. It's a carnivore animal. It's carnivore chicken, whatever.
willpower runs out. Now, if you have my cookbook, of which, of course, you do, it's not really all that hard. Why would you need willpower? You literally eat all the foods that you've always eaten. You just made them lower in calories, higher in protein. They're much more filling for fewer calories. And so staying on the diet, it's literally easier than last time.
I thought I'd just work out for like an hour and it'd be relatively easy, but it's like very time consuming because we're trying to get like what normal people would get gains wise in like 2 years in one bit.
They're trying to get gains-wise like normal people in 2 years. What does that mean?
Basically,
That is the problem. People are trying to rush things. Now, remember, I don't recommend you use supplements when you first start off, but if you're not a teenager anymore, or you're perhaps in your 20s, you want faster results than last time, of course you can pick up GO2 Max.
Oh my God, like how many times does he have to do this? He's selling like to kids, like you're teenagers, you're 15, yeah, you're not building any muscle. Here, buy these. These are going to build you muscles. They're not going to build you muscles. You're going to be disappointed. They will build you muscles, all right, but they'll be artificial, get it? There'll be water weight and glycogen and whatever loading in there and garbage weight, garbage.
And Turk Builder. GO2 Max for improved cardio, and Turk Builder build muscle faster.
Yes, improve cardio so you can run like a slave on a treadmill. You can run on like a mouse on a mill. You can run around like a mouse on a mill forever.
Than ever before.
I don't think anyone thinks I'm gonna.
Yes, and you're gonna build like never before with the other one. Okay.
I started off at 41% body fat.
As I said,
Islands are
body fat, and people are quick to hate me. Oh, you're making fun of Mr. Beast. You're calling him fat. No, I'm saying he has about 40% body fat. And then what does he say? He says he has 41%. And so how far were my laser eyes? Mr. Beast's machine was off by 1%. My laser eyes are the golden standard. And so unless
He looks like the opposite of any masculine man would look like because he eats an artificial diet. Even though he has all the money in the world, he can make himself masculine. He's got doctors, people can help him. He can eat the best food, and he doesn't spend any money on real food. He's still eating a slave diet because that's typical slave mentality. That's the problem with Mr. Beast. He's just another slave.
you're using an MRI, this the golden standard. DEXA scan my ass, people say. Golden standard DEXA scan. Shut up.
We thought what better way to measure my progress than having a bench-a-thon with gym legends and trying to break my personal record.
And so he went into zoo culture. He bench pressed 255 pounds of 1 rep max. Is this really what we want to do on a diet? Remember, leave the ego lifting at the door. It's not about how much you can lift, it's about how you look. And so if you are trying to have a competition, see how strong you are, why not do, for example, 225 for reps? It's a lot safer to do a lighter weight for repetitions than it is to go for your 1 rep max. And when you're on a diet, this is the time you can get injured. We all know Brandon Harding. Brandon Harding was what? 2 weeks out from competition, and get this, he literally tore off his shoulder.
Yeah, he tore it off because he's weak. He weakened himself. He weakened his body, his muscles, and everything. That's the problem.
While doing a side chest pose. He wasn't even lifting in the
Food that you're eating, you can weaken yourself with fake food. That's another thing. That's why you get all these injuries like Blaha.
gym. He was literally just flexing.
Even Coach Greg here has injured himself, got some surgeries and weird stuff going on because he's weak.
And tore the muscle out of the competition after dieting for almost 4 months. And so trust me, when you're dieting to get shredded for a competition, you don't want to be 1 rep maxing in the gym. Hear that?
Yeah, when you're deteriorating for your competition, you're deteriorating your body by starving it. Yes, yeah. 1 week out of the competition kind of sucks when you rip your muscle right off the bone, flexing. That just goes to show how weak you are.
Trend twins, stop maxing out in the gym.
Jimmy and I both agreed that we thought we would be way further in our progress at this point in the competition. And even with the internet hounding us, we mutually decided to push it.
And so rather than having the competition on this early given date, they decided to push the competition even further. They hadn't made the progress they were expecting. For some reason, they thought, hey, 10 months, no big deal.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We'll both be shredded. We'll be at 6% body fat, 185 pounds, no problem. Nothing could be further from the truth. We're trying to get 2 years progress in 1 year. It ain't gonna happen.
You thought I wasn't gonna work out on Christmas? You said to yourself, he's gonna take Christmas off at least, right? Not a shot.
And so regardless if it's Christmas or you're hungover, whatever, no excuses, you're going to the gym. And so my advice, make excuses to go to the gym rather than making excuses not to go to the gym.
We're 6 weeks out from the competition, and I am about to suffer. This is where we're gonna be spending the next 6 weeks, which Alex guarantees will be the most painful 6 weeks of my entire life.
Remember, this is a 600-day transformation, but yet now it's all on the last 6 weeks. For the last 6 weeks, I'm training 3 hours a day. This is what happens all the time. People, they procrastinate, they push, they think, oh, I'll get it next week. When Coach Greg trains you,
Sure.
You do it properly from start to finish. You don't slack off. You don't make excuses.
They're working out hard. What are you talking about? Look how hard they're working out. They're building a muscle with every rep. With every rep, a muscle's being built.
You just do it. It's far easier to balance out your
Can't you
progress, to
see that?
spread it out over a course of many months rather than
Come on, Greg. Are you blind? Look at how many reps they're putting in. They're building muscle with every rep.
cram all your training into the final 6 weeks.
My daily workout schedule for the next 6 weeks was 1 hour of cardio, 1 hour of lifting weights, and 1 hour of posing.
This is what I say to that. You're
They're even posing because they're going to compete, right?
wasting an hour of posing.
Okay.
Do you really think you need to practice an hour a day for 6 weeks to stand there in board shorts and look good? Really? Why didn't we do an hour
Wow, he's finally losing weight. He's getting skinny so he can go and pose.
and a half of cardio, 60 minutes of lifting weights, and perhaps 30 minutes at most posing? Perhaps you
Yes, I know. They got stronger at lifting. Oh, they got strong at lifting these weights. Ooh, okay.
use that time to actually lift
ooh.
weights. Why are we doing so much posing?
Instead of competing against just Jimmy, I'm going to compete on a real bodybuilding stage in just 4 weeks.
And so Mr. Beast calls him up and says, look, I have no chance of beating you. I'm not going to bother showing up into this competition. You're clearly going to win. I can't get that lean. And so, hey, the choice is yours. Do you want to step on stage or not?
We are 5 days out from the competition. I'm probably like at 8.5 on the pain scale, and I'm not even at peak weight right now. And I still have more fat to lose, if you can believe it.
And so he's now fast forward 5 days out from competition. And I'm looking at his physique and
He's got more skinny to go. A lot of skinny to go. To get more skinny, yes.
to me, this is a great off-season physique. This is what I would love to have people look like year-round.
Yeah, you'd love them to look anorexic and skinny, yes, all year round. Of course, this is a great physique to look
And
skinny.
can you have a look like this year-round? Absolutely. And how? Main game. Why are we all bulking up in the off-season, going to 20 to 40%?
Main gain? Why are they getting fat, trying to gain fat, get fat, and pretend they build muscles? Greg, I don't know. You tell me. It's ridiculous.
Body fat, there is no need. Why not just maintain a healthy weight for you? Perhaps that's 15%. Depends on your genetics and how you like to eat, and are you doing cardio? The more cardio you do, the
Sometimes it's not dependent on that. Sometimes they're just getting skinny because they're not eating. They're starving themselves.
healthier you eat, the more you're going to be able to maintain a lean physique.
So what is healthy, Greg? What exactly is healthy? I think, if you ask me, I think when you eat your diet, that's when you're healthy. Anything you eat outside your diet will make you unhealthy.
Better the genetics you have, the leaner you're also going to be able to maintain. And so not everyone can maintain single-digit body fat. I'm not
But Greg, he sells an anabolic cookbook there. It's filled with a bunch of fake foods. It's all a bunch of fake foods. Everything he sells you, it's fake. He's got these tablets, they're fake. The book is fake. The diet book, the exercise book is useless because you're trained. You're adapted. You're not getting anything. You're not getting any more adaptations if you're adapted. You need to seek adaptations. The adaptation process means it could be anything. It could be what you're eating. You have to get adaptations through eating, through lifting, doing certain things, whatever. It's an adaptation process. But, well, okay, if you don't understand what that is, I'm sorry.
telling you that. But many people will, in fact, be able to hold 12 to 15% body fat. And so when you look at Eric's physique, does it look like a man who was on a diet for 600 days? Remember, he started at 20% body fat, 186 pounds. He was told you're going to be 185 pounds with 6% body fat 10 months later. He's had 600 days to diet. Does he look like he's close to 6% body fat? Or does he simply look healthy? Does this not look like a healthy year-round physique that perhaps he could maintain? And yet he's saying it's an 8.5 on the pain scale. He's suffering. He's in the gym 3 hours a day. How many of you have 3 hours a day to suffer, to diet for 600 days to get to this level? Probably none. And so why not just pick up my cookbook and my Circle Diet book, make your life easy?
Yeah, guys, just pick up the Circle book, the Anabolic Death book with all or the Artificial Diet book. I call it the Anabolic Artificial Diet book. Fake anabolic. It's not going to make you anabolic. It's going to make you estrogenic. He should call this the Estrogenic Cookbook 3.1. And the Circle Diet, whatever this diet book is, Circle Diet, if this is the book, doesn't this help you with your diet already? The Estrogenic Cookbook 3.1? Like, I just don't understand any of this. Is this an exercise too? Is this exercise or something?
Does it not make sense? Why are we fighting the inevitable? You're going to get the cookbook eventually. Why not get it now? And what snack would I suggest? Every day you can get the Seco protein bars, and of course,
See, you can get these fake bars, these fake man-made bars, and they're gonna, I don't know, they're gonna bulk you like the last time.
You know my favorite.
It's gonna put on some fake weight on your body, yes.
Smart Pop popcorn. Why are y'all eating
See, Smart Pop popcorn can put some more fake weight on your body or whatever.
chips? It's so easy. I have 3,500 videos on how to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life.
Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. Man, eat that. Popcorn's putrid, but okay, whatever.
Have you watched them? I mean, 920 million views. Have you watched my videos on how to lose weight? If so, what's your excuse? And if you haven't watched them, what's wrong with you? Why are you 100 pounds overweight right
Because they don't work. Their videos, they don't work.
now? Oh, it's genetics. Oh, my metabolism. Oh, I have PCOS. Shut up.
Oh wait, no, it worked. I watched the video and the fat literally melted off. Just watching Coach Greg's video, amazing, isn't it? It's a miracle.
You have what's called lazyitis. You're not trying harder than last time.
It might have been the most uncomfortable 6 weeks of my life. You guys don't understand how badly I want pizza.
Notice how bad he wants pizza. It's in the cookbook.
See, typical slave. He wants pizza, broski. He wants pizza, man. Come on. This is a typical slave, bro. Come on. This is ridiculous.
Can everyone see my screen?
It's in the cookbook. Could have eaten it every
See, notice how bad he wanted some fake food, carbohydrate, drug-induced diet food, estrogenic cookbook, whatever, 3.1 food, the pizza. He wanted it, and Greg just acknowledged it's in the book. It's in the book. He could have had it.
single day on his diet. But no, I'm not going to hire a coach.
Pure estrogen food. This is what look, if you want to build estrogen, increase the estrogen in your body, eat pizza, eat pasta, pizza, bread, drink Coca-Colas. Yeah, eat all these carbohydrate foods and fruits and vegetables, and they'll increase your estrogen as high as you like it. Yeah. You're going to get nice and fatter than the last time and very estrogenic, man. Yes.
Coach Greg, I'll have a phone consult with him, but I'm not going to hire him officially. Why not? I mean, who is better? Literally, who is better at getting people lean?
When I started, I was fat. This has been a wild.
Who's better than getting people lean? They literally starved. That's why he wants to eat the slave food that is estrogenic slave food called pizza. He's starving. See them? Look at them. They're so addicted to eating these drugs, eating these carbohydrate drugs. They can't handle being without it for a moment because they've been slaved to it. They're slaved to eating a fake artificial carbohydrate drug-induced diet. Get it, dude? You understand me? Do you people understand?
2 years later, how did you think you'd be bigger than you are now?
100%. I tell Alex all the time, like, I can't believe how little progress I've made in the amount of time.
You were thinking he was going to say, wow, I can't believe the before and after photo. And when I was talking to Mr. Beast, he was thinking, I can't wait for people to see my jacked physique, to see how shredded I am, to see how much muscle I have. I'm like, it's not that easy. In the end of it, people are going to barely able to see that you work out. With only 10 months of training, for example, to go from 41% body fat to compete as a bodybuilder, you're not going to look all that jacked. Even with steroids, people are not going to be all that impressed. And so technically, these famous YouTubers, they have everything to lose. Because what do people see? They see the top 1% of the top 1%. The people have mind-blowing transformations. Perhaps they put on 40
Why is he showing these drug addicts? I don't understand.
pounds of muscle in a year, all from steroids or perhaps going through puberty and steroids at the same time. But what we're seeing is people who are
More drug addicts, artificial muscles, artificial drug addicts. But this is bodybuilding. What has become of this fitness industry? It's so fake, man. It's just all garbage.
photoshopping, airbrushing, taking steroids, using crazy camera angles.
This is really sad watching this. This is incredible watching this guy. He's like the head of the fake group. The estrogenic cookbook 3.1. Jesus.
To make themselves look like they've improved even more than they have.
If I was to do an actual bodybuilding competition, I'd still need probably another year.
Absolutely. Bodybuilding is not about training a couple of years and showing up on stage. For most people,
brother.
it takes 10 plus years. Unless you have amazing genetics or perhaps you're using performance-enhancing drugs to get up on stage and think you're going to win a bodybuilding competition, it's not something that just takes a couple of years. Now, did he in fact improve? Absolutely. Mr. B started at 41% body fat. He's sub 20% body fat. It looks incredible. The difference is astounding. That's the kind of realistic expectations that you should have when doing a before and after transformation. highly impressed by his backflip on the internet. They called me Mr. Backflip back in the day. I would do bodybuilding competitions, doing backflips on stage. The video is still there. I used to do backflips, was a power cheerleader in university. Very impressed by his ability to do a backflip while dehydrated on stage. Now, unfortunately, stepping out on stage, he's not single-digit body fat. And what did I say was the most important variable when doing a bodybuilding competition? Was it the size of the muscle or was it the conditioning? He is not in condition.
He looks really skinny, man. That's all I know.
This to me, off season. Perhaps he's at 12% body fat. He's not close to single digits. He's certainly below 15%. I'm going to give him 12. Perhaps I'm being generous. He has a tan on in the best lighting. He's dehydrated. And so when you're on stage, you normally appear leaner than you actually are. You can see his abdominals. They're clearly visible, but they're...
He's clearly skinny, anorexic. He starved himself to death. Man, it's just ridiculous.
Not etched in stone. He looks great for someone in the off season. If you said, hey, this is a condition that I maintain year round. This is my physique. I go to the gym, I eat healthy, and this is how I look. Very impressive. I do believe he's 100%.
He went to the gym and he eats healthy. What's healthy, Greg? What's healthy? What's he eating to be healthy? See what I mean, man? What's healthy to you?
Natural, and I'm not trying to take away that this is not an impressive physique, but is it impressive for the stage, for a competition to try and win a bodybuilding show?
I guess for these people that are not on drugs, I guess it could be considered impressive, Greg. I don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to compare drug addicts with normal people. These are normal people. These are not drug addicts, Greg.
It is not conditioned. Is it okay to go on stage?
He is conditioned. He's good enough to be on stage for these shows, these normal people that are hanging around just having fun.
Like this, yes, but you're not going to win. This is nowhere near what he would need to do to win this competition. If he had an additional 6 weeks, I think he could do it.
This is over. The longest 600 days of your life.
And so there you have it. 600 of the hardest days of his life ends in eating some pizza. Now remember, you don't need to diet to this extent. You don't need to suffer for 600 days to get an amazing physique. You don't need to have single-digit body fat to be happy. I don't want anyone to develop body dysmorphia. Please, 15%.
Yes, of course you don't, Greg. That's the reason why you're pushing the estrogenic cookbook.
Body fat, this is perfectly healthy. Anything leaner than that, you're only doing it for the aesthetics. You don't need to be leaner. If you're interested in the Seco protein bars, the creatine, for example, is 50% off. You can also get Turk Builder, Acti Builder, GO2 Max. Also have various pre-workouts like Pre-Workout 3.0, Hardcore Pre-Workout, have G-Test, Creatine, Delta Sleep, the list goes on and on. Head over to my website, check out what's available, code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click.
Oh man, this is just another ridiculous video. This was crazy. I'll see you in the next one. Tell us what you think about that. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I gotta go. This was ridiculous.